Good morning, church family. Pastor Matt here. Thought I'd do a devotional this week this way rather than doing it, writing it out and sending it out by email to everybody. But and especially because I also wanted to do something a little visual. You may have noticed, if you've been seeing the pictures of me, that like probably, 30 million other Americans, I need a haircut. You think getting toilet paper is going to be tough? Just imagine when we can all go get haircuts at the same time. Those lines are going to be amazing. I'm getting a little foo-foo over here on the side and in the back, and frankly, it's becoming a little annoying to me. I am able to trim my beard and my mustache, and of course, shave as often as I would like to and want to, and so that's helpful. But not being able to cut my hair is it's just a bothersome thing, and I wonder when it's going to get to the point where it's going to be problematic for me to do. So I've been worried about this. Now, of course, I have a lot of friends who don't have this problem. They don't have any hair, so and if you're one of those folks that are in that ballpark, I guess you don't have these concerns, but you probably have other concerns. The reality of it is we're all facing right now some things that are kind of annoying, bothersome, and maybe even worrisome to us about what the future is going to hold. I'm really glad, though, that in these kind of times, Scripture speaks to us. Jesus talks about in Matthew chapter 10 that every hair on our head is numbered, and I'm glad for that. He reminds us that we cannot add to that number and subtract from that number based on just our own thing, other than I guess if we cut or shave or what have you. But worrying doesn't add or subtract from those numbers. In fact, Jesus is very clear in Matthew chapter 6 that he says, "I tell you, do not worry. Do not worry about what you will eat or drink, or about your body or what you wear, because life is more important than food and clothes." So the first thing I would tell you this morning is that if you are watching this and you are breathing and you are alive, you should be thankful to God. We certainly have seen in the news, and we have grieved and mourned the losses of life because of this COVID-19 virus. And it is now beginning to affect even the church and even pastors and ministers. I've been reading from friends of mine who have colleagues in other districts in our denomination where lives have been lost, pastoral lives have been lost due to infections and due to this disease. And again, I say this with all of the compassion I can muster. Please take care of yourself. Do the things you're supposed to do. Wear the mask, wash the hands, social distance, all those kind of things. Stay home if you can. Try to be very careful and cautious about all that. This is serious, and we probably are still looking at another month, maybe longer, of having to utilize these mitigation strategies, as they call them. Whole new terminology that's coming into the lexicon these days. But Jesus says, don't worry about these things, because your life is more important than all that. And I've been gratified that our church has been so willing and so able to respond to the needs of others. If you look at our Facebook page, some of the pictures, you'll see the great gathering of supplies for the food pantry. And I know that we've also gathered supplies for crisis care kits. And we'll continue to do that even through all of this stay-at-home distance, social distancing policies that are out there. We're going to continue to make sure that we give of our resources and continue to be good stewards of those things for those that are important. But Jesus says that we don't have to worry about these things because God knows what we need, and that God will indeed provide for us if we will seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these other things will be added. We need to remember that that's our primary occupation, that's our primary goal, is to show the love of Christ, show the love of God, be his hands, be his feet to everybody that we come in contact with, um, whether physically or virtually. And we do our best to try to make sure that those things all get accomplished in every way that we possibly can. So I just want to remind you of that this morning. I don't want you to be concerned. I don't want you to be worried. I'll get a haircut eventually. Worst case scenario is I'll just cut it all off. Okay, maybe I won't do that. But we'll all get through this at some point in time if we hold each other up in prayer and help each other as much as we can and seek to do what God tells us to do, and that is to trust him, to seek his kingdom and his righteousness first. God bless you today. As you pray for those who are infected, those who do not even know they are infected. Pray for their families. Pray for the families of those who have lost loved ones to this disease. Pray for the churches of the pastors who have passed away from this disease. Pray for the researchers and the healthcare workers, teachers who are trying to teach long distance, and pray for all of us that are able to do some things and able to get out a little bit for essential things. Check on your church family, call them, text them, make sure everybody's okay. I'll be doing that myself today, but just remember, God's got us all in his hands, and he loves us. And those of us who are seeking his kingdom have his assurance that he will provide for us. God bless you. Have a great day. And I look forward to seeing you at our Good Friday service by Zoom on Friday night at 7 o'clock. All right. God bless. Take care.